All right, everybody, how's it going? We are about to begin our community live stream in just 10 seconds here. All right, hey everybody, how's it going? This is DJ Helsing. I'm glad that you guys are able to join us today for our community live stream. And we have a special guest with us today, all the way from Los Angeles, California. We have Esports TJ.
It's a long way, isn't it?
It is a long way, all of 6 hours. Or 1 hour on plane, I guess.
Actually, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, so...
Are you really?
It's probably even closer.
Even closer. Even closer.
Yeah.
Even better. Hey, so with that being said, we are here with our community live stream. We got a special guest, Esports TJ, and we're going to be hanging out with you guys for today's community stream. Without further ado, let's jump into some matches. We want to hang out with you guys. We want to have some fun. We are going to start on the European server today. So if you guys play live on our European server, this is the match for you. I'm going to go ahead and start up a custom match in tournament mode, get you guys ready to go. We have lobby ID 6641. If you guys want to join us for today's stream, play a fun match, have some fun, we are on 6641. I will add Esports TJ as a friend as well, and then we'll let you guys hop on board. We know a lot of you are just getting on. We just went live. People are like, oh my gosh, we're live. It's a live stream. It's been like 2 weeks. That's right, and we are back. We had a blast last week at GDC, doing a lot of work. We got a lot of stuff moving forward. And for those of you guys that may have checked on our social media channels, we just announced that we are hosting a special tournament in next Saturday. Not 2 days from now, but 9 days from now. Next Saturday, we have a special tournament that we're going to be hosting live from San Francisco, California at the Razer store in San Francisco. It's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's over $1,000 of prizing, and it's going to be great. In fact, Esports TJ, since you're up in the Bay Area right now, are you going to be able to swing on by, do you think, hopefully?
I don't know. I'll have to, like, triple check, but yeah, it'll be fun to just get on a bus and head down. Yeah,
that would be cool. It'd be great to have you. We also have another special guest, a brown bag, who's going to be joining us for this special event as well. So it's going to be great. We're going to have special guests. We're going to have tournaments. We're going to have a lot of fun, cool events going on there at the Razer store. So we're really excited about that and excited. And hopefully we'll see some of you there as well. Looks like we got some folks queuing up for matches. We got 3 people here. We are on the European server. If you guys love playing match, you guys want to be showcased live, get some coverage, get your skills shown, this is the stream for you. Unfortunately, Zazzer's not feeling too well right now, a little bit under the weather, so he's not able to join us today, but he will be back in the future. Looks like we have spots for 2 more. The eyeball person says, hold on, I don't know what his name is because it's covered up. Axe, okay, looks like we got enough folks. Let's do this. Wait, he said hold on. All right, now we don't. If you're on the right, switch on over. Oh, hold on. Let's get this started.
I think he closed his eyes and just vanished.
I know. All right, one more person. Lobby ID 6641. Come join the fun. We'll have some fun. All right, we're holding on now. That's enough of that. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Maybe. All right. Are you ready now? Are you ready for our community live stream? Let's see, you guys.
I know I'm like not supposed to comment on this, but I've always appreciated whenever I'm in the lobbies for these tournaments, the little piece of design that is the fact that the hold on thing covers up the name of the player so that you can't get angry at whoever it is that's holding up the lobby.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what, I'm just gonna...
Because in a ton of multiplayer games, whoever it is that isn't ready is instantly the subject of ire for an entire lobby who want to murder them.
That is true.
But here, everyone is like protected, and I like that.
That is true. But with that being said, it looks like we're about to start the match. Picks and bans are going down. Esports TJ, we don't have our first ban yet, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, maybe Omen. Is that going to be...
Yeah, so just approaching it from like the competitive mindset, which isn't really fair because these aren't teams that are like coordinated at all. But typically there's no real reason to ban Omen because he's not an unplayable... Like there are a couple characters that you need a specific counter to. right? Like Superman, if the other team manages to draft Superman, you need to kind of build your playstyle around the fact that there is a Superman. But Omen doesn't really fall into that category. He's just another split pusher, and a good one at that, but another one. So typically it doesn't make much sense to first ban him.
Got it. Butterfly, first pick, nice. And like you mentioned, that Superman ban, because this is the European server, so they've been playing with Superman for a long time now, as well as a few other heroes that are not yet available in the US server. But Superman, you mentioned you've seen him a lot in the esports circuit, and we've seen him at the AIC, we've seen him on the community cups. What's your thoughts about Superman in general?
He is one of the most unique characters in MOBAs. He's really fun because of that. Because he plays because he has two different phases to his play basically. When he's in flight mode, he's almost a different and much better character than a normal Superman. So he's very unique to play, but he's fundamentally very powerful just because of his mobility.
That's true.
Because he's able to be anywhere and everywhere at the same time, he's very hard to deal with if you're not building your team around the fact that there's going to be a Superman.
Very true. Very true. It looks like we got some nice teams set up so far. We got Butterfly, Ryoma, Yorn, Violet, and Ormar on the first team, blue team. Red team looks like they have Wonder Woman, Irie, Raz, brain farting.
Zenial.
That's right. He's not out in the US yet, so I haven't played him recently. But yeah, Zenial and Valheim. What's your thoughts on Zenial?
Zenial, so it's actually pretty similar to Superman. Zenial is incredibly powerful because of his ultimate, which is called Angelic Splendor. I have flashcards for this. And he can go ahead and spend that ultimate at any time, and he actually can teleport to any of his teammates, and whilst he's teleporting, there's a bit of a kind of spotlight effect that happens, and anyone inside of that spotlight is, I think, given 30% damage reduction. I could be badly wrong on that, but they're given a certain degree of damage reduction. So while he's teleporting to a team fight, everyone's kept safe, and once he's there, then he's a pretty viable team fight character. So he's very powerful because he can push away from the team and still be relevant to the fights.
Definitely. Yeah, he's very unique. Like you said, playing around him is really critical, especially in the esports scene, because you need to be prepared for that. But this is pretty neat. It looks like we got that heroic sharpshooter Violet skin, very nice, from AR Pan. Wise Winter does have that evolution skin, level 1 Butterfly, looking pretty sweet there, getting those extra effects for level 1, and then the Blood Rage skin for Irie, which is pretty dope for MZ. Very nice skin, very nice bragging rights there for that one. And this is going to be a good match. I'm pretty excited about this match, especially with Wonder Woman. I mean, I'll have to say, eSports TJ, you've been a part of the NPT for a while now, and recently we've seen at the CSSA tournaments the power of Wonder Woman solo laning. What's your thoughts about her as a solo laner?
I'm only really exposed to the European and NA metas, and their Wonder Woman is typically used in either a solo lane or a roaming role, and she is incredibly powerful as a tankier character that can just stay mobile. It's very hard to catch a Wonder Woman off.
Yes. Yeah, she's super mobile.
She has enough mobility, and then especially once she gets bracelets online, she has so much in the way of just HP. She can ignore your attacks for a solid few moments.
Nice. It looks like we got a pretty nice match so far. In the bottom lane, we do have Zenial along with, Valheim, it looks like. And in the top lane, we have Ormar hiding in the bush with Violet, waiting for probably Raz, but there's no one on that team that's in that top lane, so we'll see what happens with those guys as Raz continues to push down the center lane against Yorn. We might have an AFK up top, that Irie, but we'll see what happens.
No, this is actually, we've seen this a bit in the NA scene. This is actually a tactical maneuver.
Okay.
And the reason for it is that while they're AFK, the other team knows that they're so confident they can win the game from a 2-minute deficit that they're not even worried, and that's very intimidating.
I don't know if you're being serious or if you're kidding, but okay.
I'm joking. No, nobody has ever intentionally gone AFK for the first 2 minutes of the game.
Well, you know, we want to have a good solid match here, so we'll see how this goes. It's unfortunate that there's an AFKer, but we'll see what happens here. Yorn doing some massive damage there against Raz. Raz able to escape just in time. Looks like Butterfly is doing some solid jungling. What's your thoughts so far? There we go. All right, Irie's back into the meta here. She's back on board. Only down by about 500.
Oh, no, we're good. Well, it's tactics, right? If she can win now from 500 down, that's like the ultimate DM.
That would be cool. That would be great. Well, we'll see what happens here. Let's take a look at this top lane. Looks like Ormar's about to go down. He goes down to Valheim, getting that first kill. As Valheim continues to keep pushing, with Zenial continuing that push as well. It's Zenial, right? I'm brain farting for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Zenial, you'll see as we're watching him, he's going to cast a big mobility ability called Malleus. And that's really cool because that movement has a tiny little bit of a slow on it. So coupled with a Valheim or any other ranged character, that's incredibly effective at chasing people down. And a lot of people, they think Valheim's kind of a one-trick character because of that angelic splendor. They can do more. That is an incredibly powerful ultimate, but they're also completely good in these team fights.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's a really solid match right now. A lot of damage going down in that center lane.
Ooh, this is good.
Especially
flanked up on top. You can see they're using that range from the tactical fire, but MZ is going to be able to come out from the jungle and put their ultimate for big damage on our pan. There should be no way for him to escape. Tactical fire's not up.
Nice.
And that's where spending your cooldowns more intelligently matters a ton. He spent that tactical fire a few moments ago, meaning he had nothing to get out when the big gank attempt came through.
That was pretty solid. That was pretty solid play. Looks like Wonder Woman's taking a hit too, but able to get out just in time from Ryoma and Butterfly down in this bottom lane.
And that's kind of what we were talking about earlier, TJ. That was the mobility and the survivability, especially with those bracelets of submission of a Wonder Woman. It's very hard to catch a Wonder Woman off. Definitely.
Ooh, she's able. Oh, they're pushing hard against her, but boom, Zennial's
angelic
there.
splendor, though.
Nice.
It comes through, and the damage reduction aid means that J-Wolf has no way to survive.
Oh, with that lasso of truth pulling him in. Nuts. That was a nuts play. Wow, considering that Red started off with that 500 gold, I guess, buffer, or lack thereof, deficit, 500 gold deficit, they've come back really strong.
It was strategy, I told you.
That's true. That's true.
You can look at the personal gold there of that Irie MZ, and he's not doing too bad, actually. He's been really aggressively invading the enemy jungle because he has to make up that gold deficit, and he's, like, doing fine, which is surprising.
Definitely. Looks like we got an Abyssal Dragon push for the red team. Able to take that down as well. What's Blue up to? Violet and Ormar hanging out up north, letting the minions go towards the tower. Looks like they're trying to push in hard. Violet popping a couple of abilities there. Ormar sliding in as well to try to take out that tower before red team gets there. They're able to take it out just in time and able to get away as Zenial and Valheim try to come up and protect that tower. Just a little too little, too late for the red team. Down below, it looks like Ryoma and, wow, Wonder Woman and Irie almost fell, it looks like. Man, what did I miss here?
Yeah. J-Wolf has just been dominating, and there's the Spectral Ire! He'll find the kill. Very well done by him. Unfortunately, though, the tower is the real MVP there.
Yes, the tower takes him down, but at the cost of its own life, the tower falls as well. This is a solid match. Very good play from that Ryoma. Looks like we got some action up against towards the Dark Slayer. Ormar trying to get out of there. Violet dying just a minute ago. Ormar going down. Yorn trying to get in and try to help out a little bit, but nope, he falls as well. Wow.
White Hunter, if this butterfly can find a kill, the resets will come through, but that's so smart. The angelic splendor spent during that fight was incredibly intelligent. Even though they were close to each other, the reason you spend the Angelic Splendor versus a Butterfly is for the damage reduction. Because we all know if a Butterfly finds a kill, they're not going to stop. They're just going to find more and more and more kills. So you don't let them get that first one because of the well-timed damage reduction.
Yeah, that was great timing from that Zennial there. For that damage reduction. Violet pushing out. Looks like we have an AFK or a disconnect from Ryoma, which is very unfortunate because we saw some really solid play from Ryoma just a few moments ago. Alright, he's back in the match, it looks like. That's a good thing.
We just had to take a moment to kind of examine the strategy of MZ, the opposing Irie. He was like, this works for me. Now he's back.
Now he's back, exactly. Red's pushing hard down that center lane.
This is going to be a very hard tower to take because of both marksmen behind it. They basically can outrange any attack on it as Mad Titan is finding out that's a ton of damage. So if you want to take a tower versus two marksmen, it has to be a more tanky push. They need to bring through people with crowd control, like that Wonder Woman, people with stuns. They didn't have that there.
Looks like a little bit of action up top as well. Shutting down Valheim. Pushing hard against Zennial. Is he going to go for it? No, he's pulling back a little bit. Irie coming in for some support. Stunning Ryoma there for a moment, giving him enough time to recover. Oh, he's able to get out of there just in time. And run for his life.
Very good Spectral Ire from J-Wolf. He regenerated a ton of his HP, and now, with Wailing Blade, he almost gets Mad Titan.
Oh. There we go. There we go. Going for that tower. Violet taking it on. Oh, Ryoma falling from the tower again. Oh, man.
He's like playing really well, but apparently his one weakness is towers.
So true, so true.
This tower in mid is basically forfeit. All Arpan needs to do is walk up to it and, like, cough really hard. Maybe you can pull in Zazer to do that with his sickness.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to throw out the big full screen mode here so we can see this action a little closer. Nice. This is a nice little battle here. Blue was able to get out of there just in time. Got a couple kills.
In order for that fight to go the red team's way, they had to take it out front of the tower. They cannot rely on its protection now. They need to take the fight aggressively forward. That works there because they have the tanks to do so. Now, though, it's only DPS characters here in mid for the red side, which means whenever blue wants to push forward and take this tower, probably with the next minion wave, they have the power to do so.
Definitely. A little bit of regrouping on the red team up here in the middle, while blue team is trying to figure out their strategy as well, going towards the Abyssal Dragon to try to make up some of that gold differential. Ooh, Yorn's firing his arrow there to try to get him some extra damage.
I think it's called Hard Shot. I'm a little bit weak on Yorn names because, like, nobody plays them in NA.
Okay.
But I should know them.
It's alright.
This is going to be a hard push for the blue team rather, because they don't have the damage to chew through these tanks. So long as Jaden and Gavin are nearby, it's going to be very difficult. Notorious, not Gavin. It's going to be very difficult to get underneath the tower, as long as this fight keeps happening out front. But again, if Arpan on the Violet gets within range of the tower, they just win. The tower goes away.
Oh. Red team doing a really good job pushing in, separating members of the blue team, pulling Butterfly aside, taking her out, while staying away from that tower. Wow,
they keep getting these 4v1s. They keep getting given members of the blue team just like drifting out. And that's silly. It shouldn't be happening. But in an uncoordinated situation like this, I can see why.
Yes.
So, with that Team 5 victory, it's going to be very hard for the blue team to continue pushing forward. So, they've just kind of across the board fallen back. And this gives this red team complete control of the jungle. And that's what they're doing now, trying to grab this Might Golem, trying to build up their gold.
Oh. Oh. Ormar going down to Zennial. Oh, Butterfly falling from Irie. It looks like that's another team wipe. On blue, red doing a great job cleaning them up. But still, that Yorn and Violet sticking around those towers, doing as much damage as they can from afar. Nice. Nice play.
That's the mid lane tower falling, which is like actually pretty cool. Because remember that red mid tower is still at like 2 HP.
That's so true. That all it takes is just 1 or 2 minions getting through. But red's just not going to let that happen.
And like you were saying earlier, DJ, they're using that split lane Wonder Woman to push down the tower down bot, and the split push guarantees them 2 towers in fact, so there's no solid defense for either one. This, though, will be the rotate finally coming through. All 4 members of the blue side here now pushing up the mid lane, trying to scare back Mad Titan and MZ.
There it goes. But they're splitting up again. A little uncoordinated, going for that Sage Golem. And maybe Zillion?
I think they basically need this Slayer because they're pretty far behind in economy at this point. And they might be able to catch off these individuals here. And that's a nice butterfly reset with Thrown Dagger, and they're going to look for more. There's MZ, though, dropping the ult. He's got Skyfall, incredible love. They're able to focus him down. This is now a very winnable 3v2. Mad Titan comes in as well with the explosive KO. That's a pretty dominant team fight.
Wow. We got another team fight down here, too. We got 2 fights pretty much going on at the same time there. Wonder Woman and Valheim taking on the range combatants, Yorn and Violet. Yorn and Violet just trying their best to defend these towers in their base and to hold back the minions at the same time. Red team, wow, this is our opportunity. They just took down 3 members of the blue team, but they're still holding off a little bit. Looks like we got a little bit of regrouping over here on the bottom lane, taking out some minions. You know, while we have this downtime right now, let's take a look at those stats. Like you were saying, the XP, boom, major swing for red. Not much comeback yet. The same thing with gold, just a giant boost there at the 10-minute mark as well for the red team. We got some action in the middle lane.
Notorious is just diving. He spent the bracelets early on in the fight and went down as a result. Now Wise Winter has a double reset on their butterfly, making them very dangerous. They will only get those 2 though, and maybe a triple as well. Oh my god, nice. That was a very good turnaround. Again, they hard lost that fight over on the red side, but they managed to fight it back to a trade. We're now 1 player remaining for both sides, and most importantly, because of the dominant start of that fight, the red side still has complete control of the map.
Looks like someone's saying there's no music. Are you guys able to hear the game sound on the stream? Let us know in chat. Are you able to hear the game sound? It looks like it's working on my end, but it might be too low. I'm happy to turn that up. Let me know, you guys. Let us know in the chat. We would love to hear from y'all.
We're just making s'mores here. It's not white noise, it's the crackle of our campfire as we prepare to... Oh no, is it Hershey's s'mores?
It's, you know, I'll have to see if I can do what I can do to fix that white noise for next time. I know what the problem is. I'll have to look and see if I can fix that for the next stream. So thanks so much for that feedback, and folks on Twitch. We always appreciate that. We got some Dark Slayer madness going on here.
Yeah, this should be the nail in the coffin, and you can see cool bit of team play just for the casual queue. It is that Notorious is kind of pushed out front on the Wonder Woman, and that's what you should do. If your team's going for the Slayer and you're not needed, hang out in front of the pen and just make sure nobody can steal it.
Definitely. Potentially some action over here next to Abyssal. Blue taking down the Abyssal Dragon. Oh, they might even be able to pull off of... No, they got separated again.
The regen and damage buff is just so strong. There's almost no way to defeat Dark Slayer enabled team unless they make a major mistake. And right now, the only major team play mistakes are on the blue side as they keep taking these 1v3s, 1v4s.
Yes. Well, 7-29. Oh, and a tower falls to the red team again as Red's continuing to push here in that top lane. Wonder Woman clearing that lane. So if you had a bet right now, Esports DJ, do you think that they're going to be pushing down the center lane or this top lane for the final push?
I mean, probably mid, just because they can, shoot through this tower before there's really anything that can be done. Ideally, though, you want at least 2 towers as you go in.
And it's down. Speaking of which, that mid lane tower is down. Zenial tanking like a beast. Ormar falls to Raz. What will Red do? Double kill for Violet. Very nice job taking down the Wonder Woman. Oh, is there going to be another death as well?
So this is kind of why, like I was saying, you want 2 towers before you go for the base push. Because they only took down 1 tower, Arpan wasn't able to be pushed because he was just hovering behind the towers that were still up, raining out the damage from that Violet.
Yes. And there's that second tower. Nice.
Yeah. So now when they next go for a game, they're going to be able to push through 2 lanes, and they'll have complete control of that entire half of the base. Which means they should be able to engage anyone who's playing defensively.
Sounds good.
2 lanes is actually a rapper as well. He's got a SoundCloud account.
Is he really? I did not know that 2 lanes was a rapper.
I don't know, man.
I'll have to Google that.
I think I commentated with somebody whose in-game name was 2 lanes once.
Did you? Another Abyssal Dragon for the blue team, getting a little bit of gold, but at this point, unless there's some major misplays on the red team, it's pretty much game. And there's always that opportunity to have a comeback. But
so to a certain point, the fact that the game hasn't been cleaned up is kind of a misplay in and of itself.
That is true.
But this Yorn is the only defender, so this is going to need to be an excellent team fight.
Nice. Let's go full screen for this last match here. And they're pushing in.
Yeah. J-Wolf is just so far forward, caught in the middle of all those players. Not even a Ryomi can lifesteal for that, and Arpan is caught out as well. The shield and sword enabling a triple kill. It's all on this Yorn. Ancestral Glory will allow Notorious to come back for a second chance on life, but doesn't work out, and this Yorn's actually holding pretty well. They just don't really have the HP to make any mistakes.
Wow, yet again, taking out all but 1 member of that team, but not enough to push for that tower.
They'll have the rest of their team back in just about 20 seconds. That's all that this Yorn needs to hold for, and MZ overstays their welcome. Excellent play still. I don't think Mad Titan has the HP to go for this fight, and neither does he. He'll back off. But now, there are 3 defenders.
Signaling up middle lane. It's Butterflies regrouping, Ryoma and Ormar gathering up. What's going on here? Butterflies clearing that center lane. Ormar and Ryoma are... There we go. Alright, joining up with Butterfly. This is going to be interesting. We might even have a 5 versus 5 here in just a second.
I'm not entirely sure they should be going for this 5v5 on the blue side, but they seem committed.
They are. Zenial pulls up. Almost pulled Violet to the side there. Looks like we got some damage on the center. Butterfly falls to Valheim. Tons of damage going down on Ryoma, getting hooked in there. Double kill. It looks like this might be it. There we are. Yorn taking down Raz, but at the cost of his own life. Wonder Woman continuing to push against Violet, not letting her get away. Slaying slaying Violet with her what was it, Athena's sword? No, shield?
There are points in the game where you just cannot go for a full 5v5 team fight. I feel like that was one of them. There was just no way for them to take a 5v5 and win it because they were still significantly behind. If you're going to win a team fight whilst you're that far behind in both level and goal, you need to win it based on being able to catch groups off, right?
Yeah.
A 5v3 team fight that you're able to win early and then curry over to winning the entire thing.
Awesome. Well, that was a great match here on the European server. Big kudos out to the red team for the victory, and of course, the MVP going to AOX Jaden. Great plays on Zenial. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and any other last thoughts on esports, TJ, before we switch on over to the North American server?
It's always fun to see the EU characters, Zaniel in particular. Just genuinely really cool.
Awesome. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and drop this next match icon up here. I'm going to log out and log into the North American server. It's time for us to play in North America. We're going to do a match here in NA. As this is loading, we're going to go ahead and drop our redemption codes, right above here. Today's code giveaway for all of y'all at home. Check it out. We got 3 different codes here. One for the EU, one for North America, and one for our Latin American players. Lots of cool things. This is a race. The first 100 players that redeem each of those codes get a special reward. I don't even know what the prize is, so good luck, you guys. It is random, and it is fun, and you guys will find out in just a second. What's up?
Can I enter?
You could, just if you're fast enough.
Oh, it's probably already gone at this point. The lane's too small.
Well, I'm logged into North America. Are you good to go, TJ?
I am. I am
all right.
Fully in.
Let's do it. Let's get our next match up. I will go ahead and invite you, Esports TJ. This is lobby ID 4591 for our match here on the North American server. We're going to hang out and have some fun playing some casual matches with you guys at home. So if you're watching live on Twitch, on Facebook, wow, Team NTG is getting in on this.
Yeah, this is, I actually know this is Apox. I don't know if clan is the right word.
The non-toxic
they play in the ESL Cups, and they're also like just a group of super nice guys. NTG stands for non-toxic gaming.
Yes.
I guess that holds true.
I guess we'll find out in the chat, right? All right,
yeah.
Cool. So we got those redemption codes for you guys. Let us know what you get in chat. What are your thoughts on these bands, TJ?
Zill. I mean, I feel really bad, like, analyzing a draft between 2 teams that never played together before, because it is unfair. They're not, like, teams. But neither of these are bans that are considered the things you need to ban out, because, once again, they're characters that you can counterplay just by playing your own playstyle, whereas there are characters on the North American server that force you to adapt to how those characters are picked. And that's typically what you want to ban out. Although, speaking of adapting, that is my favourite character to commentate in the entire game. We have a Grak.
Nice. Grak is a pretty solid tank. He is a really great hero. That hook, timed at the right time, and when he dies, that explosion can definitely turn the tide of a battle.
Yeah, he's not a crazy powerful character. We don't see him much in competitive, but when I see him, it is always exciting.
Definitely. Yeah, he's a great hero. I actually really enjoy playing him myself. Getting those hooks off at the right time just makes your team so happy.
I stand up while I'm commentating, because you want to be able to breathe and stuff. And whenever there's like big Grak hooks, I'm literally jumping up and down because it's just so fun.
It is. So let's see here. We got Grak along with Kresh, Telanis, Nakroff, and Tolan on the blue team. Tolan's going to do some crazy damage for sure. Definitely keep an eye on him during the match. On the red team, we have Alice, Max, Violet, Wonder Woman, and Zenial. I'll have to say, man, between Wonder Woman and Max, I'm probably most excited to see Max in play. That ultimate of his, being able to fly anywhere on the map, uninterrupted, and get to this point to do some damage, can really make a difference, where he can push one lane, and then when he's needed, boom, he's there for you on the opposite side of the map. So it's going to be really cool seeing Max in play and getting some action. What's your thoughts on these lineups, Esports? TJ?
I love the full name. I feel Esports TJ has like only ever been my Twitter handle, but I feel like it's a full name now.
Well, I can call you TJ if you prefer.
CJ, I think is how I should be addressed. I don't know.
Okay, sounds good.
These lineups are like competitively fine. It would be kind of weird to see some of these characters, like Alice and Grak, don't see much play, but they're all viable. This is, I would say, much more viable than the rosters we saw in EU if I was approaching this as a competitive match.
Awesome. Well, the match is about to begin. Let's see how this starts off. We're going to throw it to full screen mode here so our folks home can see a little bit of a bigger screen. Get some more action here. And we'll go back to the short screen mode in just a minute with that redemption code for folks who haven't redeemed it yet. And also we got some cool announcements later this week. For the folks that aren't aware, Irie is coming out tomorrow in North America and Latin America, and she has an all-new skin as well. So that's super cool, and it's going to be really exciting seeing her added to the North American meta.
Were you spectating Cappy just now?
Was it? I was spectating Grak for a second there, yes.
That was pretty cheeky. He just manages to pull. So the reason you do something like that in a competitive environment is because they have to wait until that Sage Golem walks all the way back to his den, and only then can they actually kill him. So even if you don't steal it, it's totally worth it for the amount it delays the enemy jungler.
Nice.
Oh, he's going to do it again.
Oh, did he get the kill? No, that's it.
I think Elvis actually secured it, but that was dangerously close.
That was cool. And they're clearing that bottom lane, Grak and Solanas. They have Max hanging out in the bush there, taking on that eagle, that seagull thing, bird, owl, whatever you want to call it. In the north lane, we got a little bit of action with Crush and Wonder Woman doing some games of chicken.
We had, when we first started commentating the game at the non-pro tournament, we had no clue what those things were called, so we just made up a name because we couldn't find their names anywhere. So we just called them soul dragons or something, because that sounds right. I believe that was a soul dragon. And then weeks later, I think it was Marika and Vision who came up to me and was like, "That's called a seagull," and I was like, "Really?" Sure enough.
Nice. Nice. Alright, let's see what's going down here. Doing lots of damage to this bottom lane, clearing that lane fast as possible. Tolan going up against Alice in the mid lane. Tolan has been getting a lot of hate recently across all of our social channels.
That's why.
Yeah. A lot of people saying he's a little OP. What's your thoughts on this hero?
That would be why. Oh, nice Thunderbird.
Oh.
So, I've been saying Tulin. You're the developer. Is that wrong?
I guess there's different ways of pronunciating it. Tolan, Tulin, tomato, tomato, Twi'lek, Twi'lek. It's all good. There's no correct way, I guess you could say.
I'll stick with Tulin then,
Sounds
because there's no way I'm going to change that.
Not a problem.
But yeah, no, he's one of the most, if not the most powerful mage on the European servers. He's been played for months now. Seeing him come out now to NA, I think he was released before L'Oreal as well. He's incredibly powerful.
Well, Vissel Dragon going to the blue team as Blue's continuing to push hard against that Wonder Woman. They're pushing that in. Oh no, they're pulling back. They're pulling back. They're going to go for the wave instead. As they rotate to the top lane, they go up against that Violet. Oh, maybe not. Tolanas and Grak are sticking around that tower though.
They're not going to be able to full push it because the defender is here. World Devour will be cancelled out because of that hissy fit coming through. The ultimate from Alice sending out an AoE zone of damage increase. Anyone who's standing in it takes damage, and they take more damage from any other attacks that are thrown in. So it's a very powerful teamfight ultimate.
Definitely something you don't want to walk into if you have a choice. Grak hooking in on Max. Tolanas is able to finish him off potentially. No? Tries.
No. This Tolanas is just the tiniest bit under-leveled because they've been hanging out in the bot lane the whole time, and they may pay for that now.
Oh. Grak falling. That explosive damage not damaging anyone, unfortunately.
Top lane, though, Elvis is in big trouble. He's taking map. He's just mad fighting. The metamorphosis crashed, and it's working out.
That's ballsy for sure. Takes a lot of guts to go up against Crush solo. Oh, taking down Zephys. Tolan, but still not pushing the tower. Still not pushing that tower. Going up against that Spirit Sentinel instead, trying to get that HP boost. Will Wonder Woman steal it with a lasso? Nope. She lets it go while Violet tries to pick on Crush a little bit there. Back in the bottom lane, Tolanis staying with that tower, trying to stay away of Alice's AoE there. Her ultimate.
You can actually see this mid lane successfully falling in the meantime. And this is, I talk a lot about map control. Because they were pressuring everywhere on the map, the blue team was able to get that mid tower, not because they won any of the team fights dominantly, but because they were everywhere at once.
Oh, looks like a little more action in the middle lane. I am surprised not seeing L'Oreal as a pick for this particular match, seeing as we have some esports teams competing here and just having some fun. L'Oreal is another hero that a lot of people have been giving some grief over.
Yeah.
Very solid hero.
At least in EU, Tulin has been winning out kind of the battle of the two majors there. I think because of Thunderbird, his ultimate, is just so good for closing out fights. People that are trying to run away, trying to back off and reset, are always hunted down by that ult.
Definitely. It's definitely a debate for the ages. Looks like we even have some folks on Twitch debating a little bit. Tolan or L'Oreal, which mage is better? I don't know. I do have to say, Raz is one of my favorite mages. You know, not having to rely on MP, getting his, I think it's what, rage meter? Or whatever you want to call it, the non-magic point meter. He's a pretty interesting character, especially with that new skin he had that just came out.
Raz is really fun as well because of the amount of repositioning tools he has. He can just like push entire enemy teams. He's like Thane but cool.
But cool. That's right, especially with that ice skin of his. He can definitely chill down his opponents.
Thane is like Thane but boring, you know?
Yeah.
He's a knight. There are knights all over the world. Nothing special, but on the other hand, you can be a fireboxer.
Yes, that is true. Let's see what's going to happen here. Who's going to get Spirit Sentinel? It goes to the blue team. As blue team's continuing to push against Wonder Woman. No, not wanting to walk into Alice's ult. Good choice from the blue team. Trying to get a hook there, unsuccessfully. Crashed hiding in the bush. Waiting for that ult. Is he going to pop it? We'll see in just a second. Zenio pushing in hard there. Or Xanax, sorry.
There's a very good metamorphosis coming through from Gizmo, and it completely holds up the fight because the Crash metamorphosis pushes everyone back. Now he's able to push forward as well, tank up that town, pop the disrupt. There is no way the blue side doesn't take the fight.
Wow. Wow, that was huge. Huge, nice play from the blue team, taking out everyone but Max. Good choice from Max to not fly into that one. Blue's continuing to clean house, pushing for that Might Golem, trying to clear the lane. It looks like they're going back down for some more jungles. Clear. Yeah, there they go.
Darkslayer finding a kill, upping his KD as the blue side tries to get in on it.
Oh, another Alice ult. That folks from walking through there. Nice timing.
Somebody in chat proposed that Thane was cooler than Raz. Thane is like the Pepsi of Arena of Valor. If you can't get anything else, you're like, sure, I'll have a Thane. And it's fine. But like, nobody wants him.
We got an Abyssal Dragon fight going down here. I'm going to turn up the in-game music a little bit. We had some folks saying it was a little bit too low. Let me know in chat if it's too loud now or if this is better. We don't want it to overtake your headphones, so please let us know if this is better or worse for you guys.
I mean, it's good enough music. Just like listen to it instead. I think that's a viable alternative to our commentary.
Our thoughts about what, Ghost?
Legendary.
What are your thoughts on L'Oreal's self-heal? Yeah, what's your thoughts on L'Oreal's self-heal?
It's so L'Oreal's life steal is what makes her insane in the late phase of fights. The fact that she's able to kind of stabilize after her team fight has gone on for a while is nothing. But it does require setup. If you're able to burn and burst through a L'Oreal, they still die fairly quickly. So I think as team coordination gets better and better, it's going to get harder and harder to properly use it.
And speaking of team coordination, we do have the Valor Series coming up shortly, which is our first major esports extravaganza here on the North America server. It's also going to be on the European server as well. We'll be having competitions every week, starting with open qualifiers, just coming up really quick in about a week or so. Be sure to check out our posts on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Discord, on Reddit. Be sure to check out our posts about the Valor Series to find out more about how you can compete for a chance at over $500,000 of prizes in our Arena of Valor World Cup. What does that mean? So basically, we have our Valor Series where teams in EU and teams in North America will be battling every week to earn points to compete in the Valor Series finals. The top teams will then proceed to the finals, where they will compete for one seat or one chance to represent North America and one chance to represent Europe, so 2 seats at our Arena of Valor World Cup. And the World Cup will have over 500,000 in prizes, so it's pretty awesome. The Valor Series itself has 50,000 in prizes in addition to the 500 you'll be playing for at the World Cup. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Super exciting times for esports and Arena of Valor. So be sure to check it out if you guys haven't checked it out yet. It doesn't cost anything to enter. Just form up a team, get some friends together, and sign up now to compete in our open qualifiers. It's going to be a ton of fun, and there are some great prizes, so it's definitely worth competing. So be sure to check that out, everybody. Looks like we got some battling going on here. What do you think, TJ?
Yeah, Doctor Strange pushing very far forward, gets shut down on the max. Gizmo will push forward on that crash. That's a big threat. They're getting the tanks out front for the blue team, and that's going to help them win out the fight. The Zephyrs and co all fall back, leaving this Wonder Woman out front to die, and that's exactly what happens. Cappy burns him down with the aid of his team, and that's what you're looking for in a team fight from the blue side. They get their tanks out front, lock down the damage onto them, and allow their backline to deal the real sources of damage for their team.
We got some folks asking about the redemption code. I'll throw it back on screen. The redemption code's right above us here. Go ahead and check those out. EU, Latin America, and North America. The first 100 people to redeem those codes will get a random prize. Let us know what that prize is. I don't even know what it is. Let us know in the chat if you guys have redeemed it yet. If you haven't, now is the time to redeem that code. Wow, even more action going on here. Grack falling. Violet falling. And let's see, what's next? Oh, is Alice going to get some damage in there? She's not sure what to do. She's pushing in. Nice. Tolan getting shut down.
She's got that friendship shielding on the Alice to keep her team alive, give them a speed boost, get them out during fights. But, oh, there's the max engage with liftoff. He goes right into the middle of 3 players. He spent his bionic blender. That's giving him a little bit of a speed boost to get away from the fight. But he's trying, the entire team, both teams are hanging around this abyssal because it is such an important objective.
Yes. And it looks like the red team might be the one to take down that abyssal dragon and get that boost, which would be a nice boost for them. Yes, they do. They do get that, getting them a little bit of an increase. Let's take a look at the stats and see where we're at for gold and XP. Looking at the gold chart, blue is definitely ahead, but it looks like red's starting to recover. While blue is also ahead on XP with that little drop with that abyssal dragon for the red team. We got some more action going down in the center, TJ. What's your thoughts on that hook from Wonder Woman?
That lasso was a good start to the fight, but they decided not to go for it. I don't think they had the rest of their team there when it happened. Bracelets are spent as well, and they don't find a stun with it, but they got the dive still. The Wonder Woman is in the backlines trying to deal with the Telenos. Because they get that kill first, that's huge, but they need to defend against the Crash doing likewise, chewing up their own backline, and they successfully do so, stalling up the attack. The problem is, Ben and Corey, their backline source of damage was so split from them because they were chased by the scary Crash they weren't relevant to the fight, and now they may lose. Cappy will go pulled in, explosive damage, fine, central. Shouldn't matter, the rest of the team is here to stabilize.
Looks like they have stabilized pretty quickly. Continuing to push down south here, trying to go up against that Tolan. 3 versus 1, while Wonder Woman and Violet are holding back. And it looks like the red team has pulled back to clear the wave instead. Tolan sticking around that tower, do as much damage as he can while defending that tower. While it looks like we have Natcroft continuing to do some jungling. Red team's regrouping again, but looks like they're teleporting home. They don't want any more action. They want to get the health boost, but Crash gets in there, does some more damage. Able to get on Violet before she teleports.
The Violet's just spent that tactical fire now twice, so she doesn't have any more mobility. However, the rest of the chase is so far behind because Strange on the max came through, keeps them alive, spends that bionic blender as well as his lift-off to engage, and that should be enough, just holding them back. Now you have the Zephyrs threatening the flank. This blue team needs to back up.
And they do. They back up to that Might Golem, taking that down to get that extra buff. While the red team probably regrouping, they're getting their health back up. Wonder Woman's just taking a little bit long there, but it's all good. Max going back as well. Get some more health as they regroup for their next combat. Darkslayer falls to the blue team.
Yeah, the Darkslayer buff should probably be the game end unless the blue team are really terribly coordinated during a team fight, and I don't see that happening.
Here, okay, there you go. Wonder Woman's back in the action. Looks like blue was about to push, but they waited. They pulled back a little bit. Now they're coming back in. Ooh, Wonder Woman able to hook in, but not for much. Running back.
Oh, this is a great hitting fit. The Alice ultimate catching 3 to get an engage off of it. And look, the Telenas is already a half HP. The Max is just hard pushing that. In the meantime, there's Metamorphosis coming through. The Telenas is down first. World Devour spent by the Grack in the backlines only gets 1. And Ravage is just getting chewed on. The main damage dealers for the blue side are unable to take the fight. They're constantly pressured. And this means even though they have the step up, their team isn't winning as yet. There's another kill over to that Max. And a solid disengage from the red side.
Nice, nice. That was some pretty good play.
Yeah, absolutely. I said the only way they lost that fight was badly coordinated team play. And I don't even think that was the case. I think the red team just out-coordinated them. They really, really played well there.
They did. They played really, really well. There were some really nice plays there. And, you know, we'll see what happens. Will the red team take this opportunity? There is 2 down. It's a 4 versus 2 right now.
Ooh. That was a great stun by the Alice just to shut down the World Devourer.
Nice. 20-10. Still anyone's game though. I mean, we're only looking at a 2K difference in gold. Towers are pretty close, 4-5. So it's definitely not as big of a landslide as that last game was. Lots of opportunity for both teams to clear out some victories here. That redemption codes, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to full screen in just a second. So last call on those redemption codes. Use that code while you can. Get that free prize, assuming they're not all used up. There is 100 uses. It looks like folks are getting Pura trial cards, so awesome, awesome. Congratulations to those of you who were able to snag that prize.
Ooh, that's a nice Devil's Chains. Look at the Wonder Woman pulled in. The Metamorphosis from the Crash pushes them deeper in. This red team's so mispositioned at this point. Wonder Woman is gone. There's no way to turn that around, but Ravage, he gets dived in the backlines, and that's the Tulin, the primary damage dealer for the blue side, already off the board. If this Max can disengage, that is huge, and Corey, in the meantime, is successfully taking down the opposing Grack. So somehow, again, the defending red side has stabilized the fight. They had no sense in winning.
Wow, that was some great plays there. Pulling them ahead, well, not ahead, but pulling them closer to that 21-13, filling in at two kills more than they had before on the differential. As for gold, we're only talking 1,000 gold now. So they've come back. That was a huge, huge comeback for the red team. They're doing really solid here. Some really solid plays and some great team coordination. Let's see. Yeah, considering there's there's one team NTG on the red side. I was going to say, none of them know each other, but it looks like there's a few of them.
Apparently a few of them are, APOC was in the chat earlier saying that there are a few people here who are on the team, but are in the group, but aren't tagged up yet.
Ah, that would make sense. So there is some team coordination. That's okay, that's a good thing. Speaking of team coordination, if you guys at home want to get on a team, an esports team, it's not too late. You guys can head on over to our official Discord channel, head on over to the Team Finder. We're going to be doing some team drafting coordination posts in the next couple days as well on social media. So keep an eye out for those. There's a lot of teams that are still drafting players. Or you can even create your own team for our ESL Valor series, which is going to be starting shortly.
You could name it something cool, like Exploding Kitten. I don't know. That's all I've got.
Well, we got some action down here in the south. Alice falls to Nakroth.
That's not a good trade, though. Nakroth is one of your primary damage dealers, and look at the split coming through. Again, the max dives the backline, meaning that they're so separated on the blue side. Gizmo all the way up front is just being hammered on by 3 attackers. The max separation, again, is so disruptive. And Elvis should be able to do big damage to this top tower. Thunderbird, though, will claim revenge. The Tulin finally able to claim a kill, and Cappy holds mid in the meantime on Macrack.
Really nice plays from the red team. Violet did some great combinations there. That was some really nice plays. That top tower is down to 50% now. So we'll see if they just continue to push that side or if they change up.
I know you were talking earlier about the Valor series. I don't know if I'm going to be involved in that, but I do know I'm going to, at the very least, be watching the Valor series. You're going to be seeing the effect of it on the Cup Siam casting. And I can't wait to see it just raise the level of competition and coordination, because there is serious money on the line there, and that will allow people to kind of dedicate more time to it, because they can say, look, we have a serious chance at making a large amount of money. We can maybe take a day off school here, which I would never recommend, but you could take a day off school, hypothetically, and focus on your Arena of Valor play, and that will raise the competitive stakes.
As they continue to push against that Dark Slayer, the blue team's going for that, and the red team's going for Abyssal. That is an interesting choice. In that blue team, already ahead on kills, but behind on gold, taking out the Dark Slayer to get the buff, while the red team's continuing to try to push their gold lead with that Abyssal Dragon. This is going to be very interesting, because with that buff, blue team can do some serious damage.
I've said it before, though. Remember the last 2 times where I was like, oh, this is game. They've got the buff.
We don't know yet. They're
hesitating.
hesitating.
Unsafe calling it again.
They're hesitating. The tower's dealing some damage. Now they're going for it. They're taking down that tower. Boom! Man, that thing dropped so fast.
But the hissy fit, the damage amplification. Cappy is almost dead. He throws out the world power. That'll give him a lot of shielding, but he still falls. And the Max, again, has just dove in the backlines in the meantime. And he's diving this Talanas. He'll find that kill with no trouble at all. That is insane. You cannot allow the same thing to keep costing you team fights. This red team has been so good in their late game fights.
Definitely. That's been, wow. Oh, here we go. Max taking some heavy damage, though, from the blue team. He's able to get out of there just in time. Oh, Zeph has fallen from Solans, but Wonder Woman continuing to push with Violet. Let's see, will Violet keep going against that tower? No, but they're going out against that Nakroth. Wonder Woman's going as well. Is she gonna use a lasso? She does lasso, and that's a kill with Alice's support on Nakroth.
I don't think that was the lasso. I could be incorrect, but I think A-Hobby actually did something much cleverer there. He lassoed to the jungle minion, because you might miss the target moving around. You're not going to miss the jungle minion staying still, and then you can follow through with the kill. So that's just a very smart way of engaging that fight.
Very interesting. That's actually something I've never seen or heard before. That's actually a really good point. Using the target of a minion to help give yourself some map advantage with a hook or a lasso. That is very interesting.
Just a little bit of like mechanical knowledge. And I really do like, I guess game knowledge is the best term for it. I really do like when you can see players just do cool things with the characters where I'm like, I don't know you could do that. And that happens like every other week in the various ESL Cups I cast. And it's always really fun.
The cool things you can learn, that's for sure. Abyssal Dragon's down to 50%. But Crush is coming in.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Gizmo is coming through. Bracelets will be spent. That finds a double stun from the Wonder Woman, and that'll allow them to try and take the in-game. But the rest of the team coming through makes it dangerous, and there's the Devil's Chains. Hobby's pulled all the way in by that hook. He is gone.
Wow. That Crush, that ultimate push, continuing to push very hard against the red team. They are split, while the red, at least the blue team is coordinated. They are together.
Look at this top line.
Oh. Yeah, Max going against Nacroft.
Yeah, and he's not going to actually go for the pole push. He's just spending the lift off to regroup with his team, but the Hissy Fit's been spent, and again, the blue side, like several of them run through the Hissy Fit. That slows them down so much that a lot of this red team, which should be dead, is successfully able to escape.
Yeah, that's some great play with Alice. Very good timing.
And again, great Alice play. This stun up from the Sunshine right in the middle of this for Gizmo. He's in a lot of trouble at half HP already, and he spent the Metamorphosis, and the stuns just don't end! One after another!
But he's just barely able to get out of there, so good for him on that. As Red's focusing more on minions. Man, this is still anyone's game. Both teams have taken out 6 towers.
They've kind of hit the point where, like, gold doesn't matter. Levels don't matter because everyone's at max of both. What matters now is positioning and the buffs. You want to be able to grab the Spirit Sentinel and the 2 Golems as well as the Dark Slayer, because that's what will make a difference in these fights. And both teams are still kind of going for the smaller minion camps, which frankly they shouldn't at this point.
Ooh, nice hook from Grack. How will the red team recover? Alice dropping it. Ooh, Crash dropping his ultimate. Able to get out of there just in time. But continuing the pressure. Ooh, lots of stuns.
Grack is again, he spent his Metamorphosis very early on. It's going to fade now, but that's a nice hook. Very well done. The World Devourer as well. This Max is just pulled in right underneath the tower.
Wow. And boom, shutting down Max. But Max is able to take down the tower with him. So good job for him on that. Clearing that lane for his minions to be able to go through. We'll see in a few minutes if that paid off or not. Wonder Woman falling from Tolan. As Red continues to push, they got some minions up against that base.
They don't have the HP to take down the second tower. They just need to back off for now. They've done a good job here, but Dark Slayer will be up in about 20 seconds, I believe, yeah. So, what this comes down to right now is the Dark Slayer, because both bases are open, basically whichever... Oh no! The minions! The super minions did core damage! That's actually nuts! But whichever team gets the Slayer at this point wins.
Dark Slayer is up.
And it looks like it'll be uncontested, DJ.
There's that Max when you need it.
There's a clip going around at the last ESL North America Cup where a Max just decides they're going all the way across the map to contest that Slayer, and it works out.
That's cool.
Easily one of the best clips I've ever seen.
Let's drop it back to
Slayer buff in hand. This blue team's just going for the game end at this point, and it should be theirs.
Yeah, Tower's taking a lot of damage from the minions. Fresh is throwing in all full force against that tower. But he falls.
It's so low.
Is Nacroft going to push it? Drax going for it. He is tank. He can take the hits. And
touchdown!
That was a great play from Grack, taking out that tower, the core. Great match.
The amount of games I've lost where the core ends at about that much HP, and there's like an entire team around it, and you're like, come on, just hit it once, please! it makes me really satisfied to see that Grack decide they're just going to run in and tag it.
Definitely. Those are some great matches today. You know, we are going to be wrapping it up today. We've done 2 matches here. We're already at past the hour mark. We got a lot of great stuff coming out soon. We have a lot of cool stuff that we're working on. So for those of y'all at home, if you guys live in the California area, if you live in the Bay Area, if you live in California, definitely recommend coming on out to the Razor store in San Francisco on the 7th for our next first user gathering and 5 versus 5 tournament with over $1,000 of prizes. It's going to be pretty awesome, and we've partnered up with Razor to make this event super cool and super successful. So be sure to come on out for a great time with all our friends at Razor if you guys are in the Bay Area or if you live in California. Short drive, lots of fun. It's definitely worth checking out if you guys are around here. Also, the Valor Cup, or Valor Series. If you guys haven't seen it yet, the Valor Series has been announced. Definitely check it out. Sign up. It's not too late. Form up a team. If you don't have a team yet, that's okay. Head on over to Discord or Reddit. We'll be doing some social media posts about drafting as well pretty soon. So definitely draft up a team. Get a team together. If you want to form your own team with your friends, awesome. If you don't have anyone that plays the game and you want to find a team, head on over to our community channels. Drop some chats in the comments, even here on the stream. And I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there. I've been seeing it all across Twitter. There's a lot of folks out there that are currently drafting and recruiting players for their teams. In fact, some teams, some groups have even formed multiple teams, right, under that same umbrella. And they're coordinating. They have their A team, their B team, and their C team, and they're working. All of them are working together to train and to get better. So definitely something worth checking out. Big shout out to Esports TJ. Thank you for joining us today. Do you have any final thoughts for the stream, TJ?
If it's possible, I'd love to aggressively plug the ESL Cups, because like you said, the Valor Cup is coming up, and that's a great way to get your team kind of started and going.
Yeah, the Valor Series is definitely coming up, and like you said, in the meantime, all the ESL Cups are still live. That's what the Community Cups, as well as the ESL Go4s are finishing up. We
have Go4s in Europe coming at some point in North America as well, I assume. But right now, for Europe, there's a monthly and weekly cash prize tournament with the Go4 series, as well as the Community Cups in North America, South America, and Europe, which are all weekly. And I broadcast most of those. You can sign up over at play.eslgaming.com/Arena of Valor, which I know by heart because I've said it every week for the last, 3 months. As well as you can watch the broadcast generally on my or one of the other North American casters' Twitch channels.
Awesome. And be sure to drop that link. Actually, are you on Twitch right now?
I don't think I can. I don't think Twitch chat existed.
I'll have to mod you so you can drop your link here. But I'll do that after the stream, and then you can drop that link in chat for everyone. But once again, thanks everyone for showing up today. Be sure to redeem the codes in case they happen to have not been redeemed yet. There's 100 uses each, so good luck as you race for those redemption codes. Irie's coming out tomorrow. Awesome. North America, get ready for her. She's going to be fun. She's going to be great. This awesome new butterfly skin just came out as well, so be sure to check that out. And we have some other cool announcements coming out next week, so keep your eyes open next week on social media for some other great announcements. But until next time, take care, everybody, and we look forward to seeing you next week in our next stream. And good luck in the Valor Series. Get those teams together, start drafting, and make some friends. Take care, everybody.